Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, My So-Called Healthy Life, and this is today's daily affirmation. And I actually, oh my gosh, I actually haven't even read it yet today, so I'm super excited about reading this. I read my other daily affirmations, but not this one. And I picked Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart, Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul, because this is the one book that I hadn't read today. So let's get right into it. It's May 10th, and it is called Go for the Ride. Not all sections of the road we travel are smooth, paved, or easy riding. We may prefer the smooth sections of highway, but sometimes the road gets rough, and the rough section can go on for miles and miles. That's okay. It doesn't mean you've lost your way. It doesn't mean the rough section and bumpy spots will last forever. You're still on your path. Relax, wiggle your shoulders a bit, get ready, for you just may be in for the ride of your life. Don't try to ignore the bumps or pretend they're not there. Not all roads are paved and smooth. Not all roads are meant to be. Slow down a bit if you need to, but don't stop. Accept each part of the journey as it comes. Let each stretch of your path be what it needs to be. This is actually a really hard meditation for me to kind of talk about, and I'll explain why. Even though I don't get a lot of views on this channel, I love doing this channel. It's very much of my heart for what I do. But I get a lot of messages and comments from people on Snapchat and Twitter and emails and things saying, thank you so much for doing the meditations and talking about this stuff. It's really getting me through a hard time, and I don't know what to do about this situation, and I don't know what to do about that situation. And the thing is, as crappy as this sounds, okay, the best advice that I can give in that situation is strap yourself in for the ride of your life, like the meditation said, because I wouldn't want to take away anybody's part of their journey, because you don't know that what you're going through now, how it will play out later in your life, right? So for me, and this took me many years to understand. It's not something that happened to me overnight and I just was kind of like, okay, like, oh, this must just be one of those things. But for me today, like when bad stuff is happening in my life, I'm very much like, okay, this is gonna, at some point, there will be a lesson to this, or there will be some way that I can look back on this and I can apply some meaning to it in my life, and I can go, oh, okay, now I understand why that happened, or, oh, that happened because it made me a stronger person, or, oh, wow, going into this relationship or this friendship or this work environment, I can handle things a little bit different, you know? I can be calmer, whatever. It's interesting because I was watching some of my videos back from like August, September of last year, and I'm very manic in the videos. I'm like, oh, right? And I don't tend to think of myself that manic. I mean, I know I have a high energy level, and I've always been that way since I was a little kid. Like when I wake up in the morning, I just have a lot of energy. But like this was almost to the point of like mania. And I was like, is that from drinking too much coffee or what's going on? Like I just like, and so then I watched like a couple of my videos from the last month, and I was like, oh wow, like I'm so different in my like, just in how I talk. Well, in the last 6 months, I mean, like I've done a lot of work on myself. I've done a lot of work on my relationship. I've done a lot of work on just getting up every day and meditating and remaining calm. And so like, I still have the same opinions and thoughts, but how I respond to those things is completely different. And I think that's really from going through the journey of life and those bumps on the road and realizing, listen, the bumps are gonna come. It's how I respond to it, you know? Like I remember that my teacher growing up, I think it was like in 6th or 7th grade, had this poster in her classroom. You guys, some of you will know this poster. And it said something like, life is 10% what happens to us and 90% our attitude, or something to that effect. And I think it's really true, you know? If I sit in the misery and I complain and I complain and I complain, which listen, okay, all of us need to complain a little bit. If you think I don't get in my good Judy Tanya's car on a regular basis and just go, let me vent for 20 minutes, I do. And sometimes that's how I feel much better. You know, and I think it's the same thing with counseling or therapy or whatever, or a good friend, you know, or a family member. You just go and you complain for a little bit, or you journal and you get it out. But if you find yourself complaining about the same things over and over and over again, the problem is that you're stuck. And at that point, you have to be honest with yourself, or I've had to be honest with myself in the past and say, why am I choosing to remain stuck in this situation? Why am I unwilling to move forward? When this situation might be the lesson to teach me something down the road. So I think it's remaining open to life. And like I've said on here before, like I get up every morning with kind of like, what's gonna happen today? Like what really cool thing could happen today? Because every day something really cool may happen, you know? So anyway, I hope some of you relate to that. I hope it resonates with you, and I will be back tomorrow with more daily affirmations. I love you guys. Bye.